Emmanuel is a tech founder, entrepreneur, Elumelu boy, Gen Z speaker, creator, and brand influencer. He is a great inspiration to many around the world, especially young people. A casual journey he started on LinkedIn years back has opened extraordinary doors of opportunity to him. He's an influencer, brand ambassador, and mentor to many who wants to maximize their potential and fulfill their dream. Join us as we make welcome Emmanuel Nduka to the Gifted TV show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and where you are seeing this. You're welcome to another episode of the Gifted TV show, and I'm excited to be on set with an amazing person that I've admired so much from afar. And I really want to thank God for bringing us together, because this interview wouldn't have been possible if we are not together in the same place. So thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for agreeing to do this. It's a whole lot. We are so excited to have you on the Gifted TV show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on. So.
All right, so straight to the question: who is Emmanuel?
Okay, I'm a simple person actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right, and so I'm Emmanuel Nduka, and as a young person, I wear several hats. And I would like to say I'm still trying to find my feet, because I think that we have this perception where because people have some certain degrees and some certain things, we tend to feel that they figured out already, but that's not the case. But I'm a founder, also into social impact. I advocate for young people doing great things, because that's what I believe in. If they're given the right resources and irrespective of their background, right, they can always do it.
So you mentioned something very profound, that young people have the ability to do something extraordinary when they have the resources and the support they need, irrespective of their background. Now the question is, are you saying every young person out there have the potential to do anything, or is there something, is there a particular mindset or people they have to be around with? Or so what I'm trying to say is, what is the lead magnet that gets these young people to that place that you're talking about?
Okay, there are a couple of things, a couple of factors that play here, right? One is just the mindset, the drive, but and the talent, but that's never enough, right? Okay. So you still need to be taught, because one of the things I see among young people is that they don't be taught. Even me, sometimes I suffer from this until when I make some mistake and do some things I'm not supposed to do, I now realize the importance of the wisdom of the elders, right? It's old, but it's not ancient, right? And so that's in it. And we're talking about mentorship here, right? Walking the paths of people that have gone the way you want to go, and giving them the space, the avenue, and the blessing to hold your hands and walk you through that path. Another thing that we look at is resources, right, and opportunities, because that's what gives you the exposure to be able to think big. Because people say think big, have a big dream, but sometimes it's based on the environment you're found in, right? And that's why opportunities are really important, exposure are really important, and that's what is a key determinant to the kind of things young people can do. Now you can have someone that is hungry, someone that's not eating, start thinking about building the next unicorn or something. No,
no.
He thinks about his belly, right? So, there are a lot of things to say, right? Moving from needs to wants and a whole stuff.
All right. So, two more questions, if you won't mind, before we leave. So, the first question is, you spoke about opportunities. How do you think young people can access opportunities in this digital age, especially those who don't come from that background of they have someone to guide them? Because I see a lot of young people, they don't have the guidance they need and all of that. So, how do you think these people can access this opportunity you're talking about, especially in this digital era?
So, I think, access to opportunities is really important. Now, the opportunities are there. It's just young people where are they present at where the opportunities are. think one of the things we tend to do is wait for opportunities to come to us. For people that are creators, people that are leaders, people that we respect and recognize in our world today, people that create opportunities themselves, they don't wait for opportunities to come to them, they go for it. And I also see that in my life. Where I am today is because of what I did, the actions I took, the steps I walked, and some of the things I did in general. That's what has led to where I am today. And also, one of the good things about creating opportunities for yourself is that it opens doors to other opportunities.
Okay.
Right. There's something that one of my mentors taught me: when you have an opportunity, you kill it. Now, I know the question is, where can we get opportunities?
Yeah.
And in line of the thoughts I've just shared, is that you should not wait for opportunities to come to you. Go out there and look for opportunities. That means having conversations, attending events, meeting new people, meeting interesting people, and asking the real questions. Sometimes we don't even ask the right questions.
Right question.
We don't look for the right things. We don't set our priorities right.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you get all these things right, you see that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, right, begins to open up to you. Right. So talk about social media, talk about some websites and all that. So you have to be hungry for it. When you're hungry, you always find something that will satisfy that hunger. So the question is, are they really hungry for opportunities?
So I'm asking you that same question. Are you ready for the opportunity you are waiting for? So finally, Mr. Emmanuel, before we go, I want to talk about mentorship, because basically for me, I love the concept so much. So how has mentorship contributed? I know you've actually dropped a few stuff concerning that, but we still want you to go deeper, if you won't mind, on how mentorship have contributed to your growth. Also, that's one. The secondly, how can people access mentors even if they are not physical? Because there's some people you might want them to mentor you, but they are not, you access to them, you don't have access. So these two parts. So yeah.
So I'd like to start with the fact that, well, everyone you consider a mentor or successful, they are very busy. Their time is precious to them, and they probably have a lot of things to do, and so they tend to manage their time. So to think that someone is going to like give their time to you and probably make it feel like you are entitled to it is personal. Nobody, you don't have that blessing. Anyone that decides to do that for you, it's actually a blessing, right? It's a privilege. So that's one. And mentorship is very important. I see mentorship in the sense that it's like maps and mirrors, right? These people are reflective of where you want to go to.
Yeah.
And so from time to time, you tend to ask them questions. Okay, these are the things I want to do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
And one of the ways I actually see mentorship is that you might not necessarily agree with them all the time, but it's very important that you have people that you are accountable to, that tell you their experience and what they've gone through, so that you can have like a picture of what you're trying to do and the expectations that might come out from it, right? And so mentorship has done a lot to where I am today. And also, as a young person, we struggle with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And recently I recognize the importance of mentorship once again, because there are some things I'm doing now, and I just realized that I've not spoken and asked some deep questions, right? And I now see that the importance of mentorship cannot be overemphasized, whether it's in business or in marriage or anything, relationship. I've prioritized it, and it's like I understand it even more better, right? Because one of the cause of young people is that they feel like they can handle everything on their own, right? But that's wrong. It's better to speak to people that have done what you want to do, like they have the experience, right? And so you don't make some mistakes, right? Though you still make some mistakes, I have to say it, because it doesn't mean that you're always going to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But when you have mentorship, it also gives you the assurance of like what I do. That's the beauty of mentorship.
Wow, this is so insightful. So if you're watching this right now and you know there is somebody who needs to hear this, all right, so do well to share this video and let them also get this insight from Mr. Emmanuel. So finally, Mr. Emmanuel, I know I keep saying finally, but then this will be the final.
When it's finally gonna happen?
You know, when you're with someone you admire so much, you really don't know. Should I let it go?
Right? Please let me go.
Please. Now, I see that you're a top creator on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
That's a long story.
Because I see a lot of people that are trying, like they're struggling to actually hit this goal, but it looks as if it's not working. Then I'm like, are these guys doing secret magic that I don't know about? Okay. And so how did it happen?
Okay, let me quickly touch that. So there's something called first mover advantage.
Wow.
Right. So, and that for me was, I joined LinkedIn when there weren't much young people on the platform. Right. And my story is one of those stories that really brought people to the platform to understand why LinkedIn is important. Yeah. And that dates back to like 2020 when I first joined the platform. I was trying to find my feet, trying to understand what I was going to do with my life. In fact, when I talk about it, I feel like I have mixed feelings, right? Because it's good actually to like start somewhere and you are in a place that people want to play in, people want to be in. Right, so it started back then, 2020 and 2021. I was talking about my vision, what I wanted to do, my dreams, my goals, and the kind of future I wanted to, the kind of world I wanted to build around me. Yeah. Right, so that's when I started essentially. And as then, like I said earlier, there weren't much people on the platform, and so it was an advantage for me. Anytime I created content or I posted on LinkedIn, there are two things here. People would probably ask, who is this small boy? What is he even saying? And another advantage is that because of I'm young, it makes me unique. It makes me stand out, right? So when my content comes up again, who is this young boy, this young man? I'm saying a couple of things. But when I look back at my journey, I feel I cringe at it sometimes, but obviously they're really, really important to where you are today. And that's really life, right?
Wow.
So, and why it's a lot harder, I would say, today is because a lot of people are now on the platform. So you need tricks and a lot of things. Yeah.
So, what is your advice to someone who is planning or trying so hard to get visibility on LinkedIn?
I would say you should keep at it. First of all, because there are benefits of being on LinkedIn, right? This is not the one where you are trying to like test the waters, or you are not exactly sure if what you're looking for, you would get it out of LinkedIn, right? So I would just say you should be consistent, because when I started too, there weren't like much stuff going on for me, right? And everyone has to go through that phase. Yeah. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, it's not magic.
It's not magic. It's not wood. Right? This is reality. So it takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
Right. And that time can be different for different people.
Yeah.
For you, it can happen 6 months. For others, it can happen a year, 2 years. But one thing I believe is that you are going to get some micro goals, micro results that will eventually sum up to the big results you're looking for.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for granting this interview. So, what was your last, let's say, parting words to our audience? We have an audience of young people.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think one of the things I'd like to say, and that's very important, is that you should start now. Right. You know, people say you can start at age 50. You can start now. I don't believe in that. Start now, because the benefits of starting now are super enormous.
Yeah.
I'll take a scripture from the Bible that says that it is good for youth to bear his yoke in the days of his youth. So this is that you have the energy, you have the drive, you have the in quotes, the grace, the madness. In quotes, please. I'm not saying you're mad.
Yeah. So, in quotes.
So all I'm just trying to say is you have the energy, and it's a lot important to like try to find your feet now, because it opens a whole lot of doors to you, right? And try to make use of opportunity. And another mindset I would like you guys to have is the mindset of delayed gratification. Very important.
Wow.
Because some of the things you want to do now, you might not exactly see the benefit or the reward. Because another cause of young people in this generation is instant gratification, right? And there are many things that have led to this: social media, When you do something, you're getting feedback now.
Yeah.
When you go through some processes, you're getting feedback now. Well, in life, not everything comes that way.
Yeah.
Things are going to take time. And so the earlier you start, the better for you.
Wow.
So that's it.
Wow. This is beautiful. In fact, the most amazing part is the part of the delay grasping. That I think every young person needs to understand that it's so powerful.
It's hard, actually, to be frank with you. It's hard. It's not like one philosophy I'm trying to give you.
Yeah.
It's a mental model you need to have because in the now it might not make sense. It might not. It's going to be painful. It requires sacrifice. But in the later run, the rewards are super enormous. Great.
I also believe it's one of the requirements for success.
Yeah.
If there's a ladder of success you are looking towards, you really, really have to just let some things go.
Yeah.
And it works for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I still have a long way, so I'm still delaying from that.
At least to some point, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for granting this interview. I'm excited to have you.
It was a pleasure.
All right, yeah. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Gifted TV show. Mr. Nduka remain your host, and I am Flores, your co-host. So see you in the next episode. Bye.